Bring the thorn to her.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path
I
is
think
a
I'll
cabin.
do one more.
And in the basement of that
then
cabin
I'll stop.
is you're here.
There's one that I thought about doing. So let's just go in.
You make your way. A warning. She will lie. We're not going to go. Ignore.
I don't want to do the... Do I want to do the Smithin one? Just to be sure, right?
The cabin is almost entirely
I just want to verify this.
The air is stale
To
and
get
musty,
the
and floor and
Smitten
walls are
Thorny
coated in
one,
a fine layer of dust.
do
Only
I have
furniture
to
of note
betray
is a plain
the
wooden table.
princess in the
Perched
second
on that
chapter?
table is a pristine blade.
Let me explain first. What? I mean, it's just a yes or no. Do I have to betray her in the forum? You get Smitten Princess first and leave with her. Her absorbs Smitten. Wait, what? And then next, do Thorn. A smitten voice will show up during Thorn. I'm confused. I don't understand. Why would he show... Okay. Because he feels the love in the air. Okay. Let me look at... No, okay, let me do... Okay, I'm not gonna do the smitten then. What was I gonna do? Right,
The blade.
take the knife. Take the knife.
Her voice.
Who's...
She said, don't let
I
it...
wanna do the goddess one.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around
I keep
her
asking
wrist,
her what she
binding
wants.
her to the far wall of the basement.
Doesn't she just say like, I remember it, she said like, oh, do you want the end of the world? And I was like, no. And I'm like, oh, then I don't want the end of the world. You ask it only twice. Oh man, I've already done it. I want I want to see different stuff.
Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I want to see the one where she becomes a goddess, but I get to control, maybe? So, what was it? I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we...
So here I tighten the grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands to tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
There you go.
Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
So I said, imagine this is the trigger that causes me to view her like a
You
goddess.
step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed.
And now here I squint. No, I do this. I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
You
Squint.
stare at the princess, squinting. She squints back. The two of you are going to do this forever, aren't you?
Maybe. Squint harder.
Even harder. So does she. At least nobody's dying right now. You're going to have to make a choice.
Okay, drop the blade. There we
The
go.
blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
So, let's see if I... So I think I do have to mention the end of the world for her to show up. Because otherwise, how does she know about the end of the world situation? Because she mentions it. I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
No, I'm sure they have their reasons for keeping that information secret from me. Yeah, I picked this.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
What if they're bad reasons, though? If they had good reasons for thinking I was dangerous, wouldn't they have shared them with you? I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to leave. At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
It's interesting that she does mention it's all about trust. And we just did the Fawn one, which was all about trust.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch, no less.
Let's see. What's your name? How long have you been down here? Okay.
Oh,
I think that
haven't
was
decided
it.
what to do
And now
with
I
me.
just need to resist
You know why
the
you're
narrator. I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't a key, do you have any ideas? I want to check upstairs.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make someone else hit.
Yeah, this is the...
You
lock
make your
the
way
door,
back.
go back.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happened.
Yeah, save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
And
No,
here we go.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
So the question now here
This isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Supposedly, this should still summon the goddess, but hopefully she'll have a different way to look at me. Or it's gonna summon the girl with the chains. Which, if it is the girl with the chains, also fine, because,
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Warren is Shane. So yeah, so it isn't about trembling. I thought it was.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here.
I'll go for the chain then. It's fine. Ooh, I could slay again, but no, we're gonna resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
I was sad about the ending with the chains, because it wasn't really an ending.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark.
I just thought about it. It makes sense that her
Hope it was
personality
worth it.
changes so much depending if you take the blade or not. If you take the blade, it's because you want some countermeasures. So it makes sense that the princess would turn into someone that potentially could be a threat. Whereas if you don't take the blade, then it's because you don't really expect to need it. So the princess becomes a vulnerable girl.
You're on a path. You're here.
Yeah. We heard this. Let's go.
A warning. She will... Yes. Did you... No, I didn't. Wink. Just ignore this.
Okay, so just don't touch the chains. Just don't touch the
The
chains.
interior... The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Wink. I believe the skeptic forces me to take it. Right?
I'm afraid I'm going to
Yeah.
insist we take the blade.
The
We're
skeptic
in a dangerous
forces me to
situation.
take
I'm
it.
not letting us go. Are you sure? Yes. Turns it. Okay.
Yeah. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to... Thanks. I mean it.
Let's go.
The door to the base of her voice.
Is that a visitor I hear?
I wonder what visitors she could be referring to. Are we not... You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
Yes, I'm
Odd
not
that in a
touching
place
it.
where everything
Shut up,
seems
skeptic.
to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
It's not useless, it's a trap.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable.
I do wonder, I kind of want to sit closer. I really want to sit closer just to see what it is.
Do you think this is a game? Do you think these chains take away my say in things?
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists.
Oh.
In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
Princess, stop.
The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Drop the knife or you die.
Drop it. Drop
What's
it.
she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if the roles were reversed? I don't know.
Good
How
point.
about we think about the nuances of interpersonal relationships when we're not being strangled? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting,
I mean, it
she's
makes
not
sense.
armed,
She
and
did
you
get
have your
stabbed. She
pristine
can't
blade.
trust us because
End
we
her before she ends you.
can be controlled at any point. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
As your weapon falls pathetically to the floor, the princess releases you from her stranglehold, shoving you away with a swift kick. Your hands test the bruised flesh of your neck as you regain your senses, watching with a dazed expression as the princess snatches up the blade.
That wasn't so hard, was it?
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly, as she raises the blade to her throat.
You can stay right where you are for this next part.
What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck. No.
Watch in uneasy silence.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, her smile unwavering as she soars through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck. I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Huh. So that's her play.
Killing herself?
She isn't dead yet.
Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches.
Wait, did she actually just die?
There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens. The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please,
Can we put it
tell
back?
me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you. Dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
No!
Are you sure she's not winking at us?
Obviously not. She is thoroughly deceased. I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
Oh wait. Wink.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
We should take her with us, don't you think?
What? No, you shouldn't do that. Why would you do that?
Wait. She changes her form into what we believe. If we believe she's not dead, then she's not dead.
I can think of lots of reasons. A trophy, proof of our victory. Hell, we could even give her a proper burial. She did save the world.
She saved the world by killing
You
herself.
don't need proof, you don't need a trophy, and she doesn't deserve a burial. Just leave.
Even after all that, you're still not satisfied, are you? Something is still motivating you to keep things the way you want them.
I'm just eager to put this all behind us and give you your reward. Stop reading into things, the danger has passed. You can relax.
I'm just keeping myself sharp. I'm not so eager to put my guard down.
I am. I'm on team, let's put this all behind us, so can we leave already?
You're not much of a... How are you the voice of the hero? Take the princess with you.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
I didn't want it to be like this, princess.
She didn't. She's dead. But what if she's not?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. We're doubting it, so she's alive.
Are you listening to yourself?
Oh, she
Do I
did
need to
move.
explain to you
She
why
moved.
decapitation
I saw
is
that.
lethal. The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Leave the cabin and claim your reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Oh, no, that's not right.
Now that I know about the joke ending, it makes sense. Because it should have been just darkness. And instead the forest is still here, which means that she's still alive.
Well played.
3 a prisoner. I didn't want it to be like this, though.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen.
Is there another way?
Over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do.
There's 3
I'm glad
routes
I was
here.
right to trust you.
Okay.
So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Head chain, abandon her. Also attack. Okay. So ultimately, the head is the only way to get it to do this.
Is that
To free her.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back.
What are we going to see this time? You've grown. Is it always the same ones? I thought it would be different reflections depending on which one you went for. Aww. Why?
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
That's so sad. Are you the same being as you were before? You have been kinder to me. Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is cold and cynical. She has protected herself when others could not. She will make for a clever heart.
It's the same.
Do not mourn her. She doesn't need to be protected any longer.
Okay. Okay.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. No, not 4 yet. 4, 5.